Hunting moose during the last couple weeks of the season and that first week or two of December can be some of the most fun you can have out moose hunting. You get fresh snow on the ground and moose moving into these early winter areas. It can be an absolute blast. Really fun time to hunt and really good opportunity to see and connect with an animal.
So this is kind of some pretty typical winter moose habitat. A bit older cut, there's still lots of browse in here, but there's some nice cover all through here that the moose can move through, and then there's good cover around. So somewhere like this, we've got moose tracks coming into here, going into this cut here, and then actually heading up into the timber. So with a couple people here, what we're going to try and do is roads running along here. We're going to have guys go in down here, get in the next cut system that's maybe a quarter mile down the road, get in there and set up on there. I'm going to go in here and get on this moose track and start following it. If it hasn't spit out to there yet, there's good odds I'll either catch up to it or I'll push it out to the guy in the next cut. If we get in there and it's carried on, we'll basically do the next carry on down the road and leapfrog ahead of it. So if we can find somewhere that there's a road system with a few little cut roads off of it and patches of timber like this in front, it's kind of ideal. So I can get in here, get on that animal, and either push it out to him, catch up to it, or we just kind of keep going until we get that animal cornered in a chunk of bush. So when looking at hunting moose in the late season, often you'll find lakes are frozen. So you want to obviously be careful, but if you got good ice, you can often walk on it or even take a machine sometimes on them. But the lakes can be a great spot to basically to sit and watch. You look behind me here, this is all covered in moose tracks. The moose have been crossing this lake pretty steady. It's just kind of a good example. But especially if you've got a group of guys and say you're trying to push an animal, or you've got somebody on a fresh set of moose tracks and you're trying to get guys around it in case it pops out somewhere, you might sit guys in a cut on the backside of a piece of timber it's gone into, but a lake's a really good spot. Say you've got a cut over and someone's on a set of moose tracks working them. This can be a great spot to post somebody and sit and watch. You can cover a lot of ground. It's a great vantage. Get up on some high ground around the edge of this lake, and a really good shooting opportunity. So in here we've got these little small cut and a batch of timber in behind it. And we've got moose tracks cutting through in here and then carrying on to this patch of timber. We've got just two of us out here hunting. So there's another kind of cut down the road here, maybe 500 yards or so down the road. So I'm going to go in here, go on these tracks, go into this timber, get on this moose, and I'm just going to slowly pick my way through there, either see if I can catch up to it, and if not, maybe I'll push it out into that next cut where my partner is at. If we get out there and that moose is carried on through there, we'll try and kind of figure out if there's another patch of bush, we can do the same thing.
Again, this can be a great time to get out. When you have fresh snow on the ground, it can be a lot of fun. You can see where the moose have been walking, where they've been bedding, where they've been feeding, what they've been eating. It's easy to access. You can often get in on foot. There's not a ton of snow, and if there is, you bring snowshoes. If you have a quad or snow machine, bring those along. And it can be a great time to get out with a group. It's a really fun time to hunt, and often can be really exciting.